taking the time to listen to the Bus Stop Blues podcast. Road Bill here. If you could be so kind, and assuming you like what you hear, please tell a friend or two, or all of them, about it, and help this little show grow. It's not possible without help from people like yourself. Again, thank you. Now on with the show. It's 7 o'clock on Sunday night. Do you know where your bluesmen are?
I want to tell you a story about the house went blue. Have mercy. Been waiting for the Sunday. Have mercy. Been waiting for the best Sunday. Down on the corner, out in the street.
Hop on the bus. You don't need to discuss much.
My baby, she roll up with the bus rider. And you know that don't seem right.
You're listening to the Bus Stop Blues with Road Bill and Kevin Purcell. Well, happy Sunday evening, Music Land. I am Road Bill. Let's give Kevin a little bit of room to breathe here for a second. We got a couple of changes for you today because this fine young man playing harmonica and just blowing his brains all over the place here decided not to show up to work today. Yeah, we had to get a replacement. So let me introduce you to the super talented, super hilarious, and overall great guy, Mr. Bill LeClair, who will be sitting in. You're welcome, Billy.
Hi. Good morning. Welcome to Sunday night.
Whether you like it or you don't.
The last few hours, don't underestimate the final few hours of Sunday night.
This is true. This is true. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to us, you've been doing it one of a couple of ways. Either you found us on your FM dial at 98.3, or you're streaming us at 983thelife.com, or you're watching us on Twitch. You can listen to this show as a podcast. If you missed tonight and you want to catch up with it, you can just simply search your browser for The Bus Stop Blues podcast, and you'll find us everywhere. We're on, Spotify. We're on Pandora, iHeart. Anywhere you find podcasts, we're there. Trust me, you don't even have to worry about that. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you want to send us a message, by all means, we really love that. You can do that at thebusstopblues@gmail.com.
Say that again.
thebusstopblues@gmail.com. I got a little marbly mouth there. I apologize. And there's a 3 in there somewhere. Yeah. Then you put it at the back. Right. So get ready to punch your ticket and hop on the big bus as you make your way back and have a seat and get ready for a good time. Because, man, do we have some surprises in store. We have Mr. Tony Root in studio today. Are you familiar with him, Billy?
I got the
Never met him.
distinguished pleasure of having played with Tony since
you were a boy?
97.
Since you were a boy?
And have the best seat in the house
Yeah,
time we play together. Watching and listening to him throw down.
Well,
like
he is a
nobody
bass
else.
player extraordinaire, is what I wrote in my notes here. And he's
Did you have that checked before you...
He is with the Nightburners, Rose Hill Revival, and is the namesake for the Root Doctors.
Sure.
It's really cool. And obviously, as we've already mentioned, sitting in this week for Mr. Kevin Shoeshine Purcell will be the man who tickles those ivories, Mr. Bill LeClair.
It's good to be back.
Tell you what, Bill is a trivia question answer as to who was the first guest
I know the answer
on
to
the
that.
Bus Stop Blue. Who?
That was me.
Oh, yeah!
Yes. Ding, ding.
And that'll be just about enough of that.
What do you win?
Yeah. All right, so...
Prestige.
Here's what we got on tap. Here's what we got on tap today. We're going to be doing some songs from. Last week I intended to try and get a Jimmy Nick tune in, and we just ran out of time. So I'm going to put him at the top of the show today. So we're going to have a Jimmy Nick tune from Jimmy Nick and Don't Tell Mama. We're going to get a bunch of tunes from Deep Purple because I don't know if you're aware of this, but that may be somebody sitting in that seat over there's favorite tunes. So we'll be playing a lot of them. We are going to also do Sly and the Family Stone, some Dixie Dregs, King Crimson, and the Steve Moore's Band, just to name, well, all of them. But
not just a few.
Yeah, so we're going to be up against the wall.
There's one more.
We'll see what happens. But we're going to be up against the wall with time because when we went through this in rehearsal, it just seemed like there was not going to be enough. So we're going to jump in as fast as possible and get a couple of tunes checked off the box here. We're going to do that Jimmy Nick tune, and then we're going to do it. Go. How fast can you talk? And then the second song we're going to do, while it's also a Deep Purple tune, it's one of your tunes that you wanted to do when you were on before we didn't get to. So you want to give a little bit about that before we get started?
You know what? I mean, what was the question? Lazy.
Correct. It describes a few.
Keyboard master.
Keyboard master John Lord was just tearing it up. And getting turned on to Deep Purple in high school, and then that Machine Head album was just phenomenal. There's so many great. There's not a bad track on that album.
No. Beginning to end.
Beginning to end.
Masterpieces.
And
classics.
So, I think a big reason why the Nightburners sound the way that we do is the major musical influence of Deep Purple and Tony Root, as well as myself. So.
Well, deedly-do.
Well, and with that, I got to also mention our drummer, Pete Cruz, is
the Cruisemeister.
Yes. He's a pace guy.
Right.
Ian Pace was the drummer from Deep Purple.
Excellent. Let's move your face closer to that mic when you... Yeah, there you go. Oh, see the difference there?
No.
Yeah. Suddenly, Tony's in the house. Excellent. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get a little bit started here. We're going to play Jimmy Nick and Don't Tell Mama.
love dangerous decisions. I love doing bad things. Yeah. I do bad things. I do very bad things. And you like it. And you like it. My best friend had a woman troubles all the time. I try to help him out, tries to pick up one of mine. People is bad. Get their whiskey off the shelf. I don't trust nobody. I don't even trust myself. I work with a woman, treat her good like gold. She got involved in my personal business, broke up my happy home. Bill is bad. Get their whiskey off their shelf. Oh yeah. Don't trust nobody. I don't even trust myself. Feel is bad. Feel is bad. Feel is bad. Told my buddy some of the confidence keep between me and you. We went and told the person I didn't want to tell it to. Feel is bad. Get that whiskey off the shelf. It's bad. I don't trust nobody. I don't even trust myself. I'm in love with a woman, she said. Love you to the very end. Then she kicked me to the curb and moved in my best friend. Feel is bad. Get that whiskey off the shelf. I don't trust nobody. I don't even trust myself. Oh yeah. People is bad. Yeah, people is bad. People is bad. Oh yeah.
That was lazy. That was real. That was real lazy.
There's nothing lazy about that.
No, not at all. Not
Classic.
at all. Alrighty, so anybody who's listened to this show on a regular basis, they're well aware that we do a little thing called Tales from the Road at the top of the 8 o'clock hour, but we're making some programming changes because we can. And Kevin's not here to
It's your show.
bitch about it, and and I'm in charge, and
Yeah, you
so
can
we're gonna
dance if you
do
want to.
we're gonna do some things a little bit different. We're gonna do Tales from the Road today, but we're gonna hand it over to Mr. Bill LeClair. He's gonna do Tales from the Road right about now, and we're gonna find out what he's got sitting inside of that little noggin of his.
This was right after I joined the Nightburners. Kevin, when you talk on the phone with Kevin, you get into these long-winded,
Tell me
epic
something I don't know.
conversations that go on and on and on. And we had a guitar player, Roger Sisson, that was helping me move my piano and screwed up his back. And
Roger.
and so it was kind of like
While helping you move, or
while helping me move
Okay.
the piano, yeah.
okay,
And so we were playing this. We are going to be playing this gig at a place called Monkey Business, and I had told Kevin, you know what we ought to do for Roger is get a stretcher and bring Roger in on a stretcher and let him play in a hospital gown with the stretcher.
like you broke him out. Yeah.
Or I mean, he's got to screw the back so he can
Right.
lay in the stretcher
Right.
and be comfortable. And Kevin was like, yeah, that's a great idea. And okay, I'll get one. And so. And I said, maybe I could get an ambulance too. It'd be cool to have an ambulance with the flashing lights out front. It would be a good attention grabber for
Right,
promoting
right.
the band.
There
The
you go.
Nightburners, at Monkey Business.
Instead of pulling up in a hearse, you pull up
Instead
in
of
a...
yeah, right.
Fair.
And so, so there was like this vestibule area.
That's
So
a good word.
Yeah,
Vestibule.
vestibule.
It's fun. It's fun. It's
multi-syllabus.
fun. Right. So.
And so we're getting ready to start, and I said to Kev, "We about ready to go?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." And I walked off and asked Tony, and Tony didn't really know me at all. This is maybe my second gig with the
Yeah,
band or
yeah.
something. And so I had told Roger what we were doing.
I had no clue.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
So I go. So the three of us go out to the vestibule area.
Right.
Roger's got the hospital gown on.
Right.
And Tony is helping Roger get into the gurney that I got from a fire department. From a fire department.
Pulling out all the stops.
And Kevin and Victor are on stage, and you can see through the little window in the door going into the club. Kevin's apparently getting pissed, and so all of a sudden we're helping Roger get into the gurney,
Right.
and the door comes busting open, and here's Kevin that's just fuming. He's like, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Billy, what are you doing with the gurney?" And I said, "I told you I was going to do that." He goes, "Yeah, but people say they're going to do stuff and they don't do it. You did it. Wait, you can't." And he looks at Tony, and Tony goes, "Hey, man, I had nothing to do with this."
It's like, I just met the guy.
So he's like, "Just leave the gurney here. Get your ass on stage. Let's go."
Let's go.
Well, he was
Yeah.
so pissed. So
This was
during-
back in the intenser days of Mr. Purcell, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I've heard
Oh,
stories
yeah.
of this.
Yes. he had a certain bar of excellence. He wanted
Yeah.
to deliver, and so did I.
Right. Right.
But I thought this was really going to be something special. To see a guy laying in a stretcher,
Sure.
playing a gold top Les Paul would be pretty cool.
That's not the Alice Cooper show.
Right.
So we started playing, and we got about halfway, and at one point Tony leans over and he goes, "Hey man, Victor just fired you." I was like, "You're kidding me." And I thought, and we were starting a song called "Man You Crazy."
Oh yeah.
Okay, and it's got this Bo Diddley type of beat going. So I thought, if this is my last show,
Right.
this as far as I know, I'm fired. I've never been fired from a band before, but
While on stage.
while on
Right.
stage,
At the beginning of a gig.
I guess this is how it all takes place, So I started dancing,
Uh-oh.
and and I started I hopped off the stage and just started kind of spinning across the stage, and Kevin's blowing, and he does this 3-minute harmonica solo as we're going into the song, and it starts building. And Kevin's, if I hadn't pissed him off enough,
How are you still here?
I don't know. But to watch him blowing a harmonica, and he's watching me spin across the room, in front of him, and then spin back, and he's just following me, going back and forth both ways. which makes for the perfect lead-in.
Uh-huh.
And I guess, I've never asked you this, but where did that come from that Vic fired me?
Vic fired you. He said, "You're fired."
Did he tell you that I was fired?
Yeah, I think so. He said, "Yeah, Willie's fired. Get him out of here."
Anyways, I thought it was just, you might as well just dance to the music,
Yeah, well, that's what I would do.
Well, there you go. Start dancing.
So that's what it was all about. So that's my tale from the road, and ironically...
Yeah, I see what you just did
what I
there.
did there?
You are, well, man, we might have to talk about a permanent slot here. I don't know. Kevin might have just lost his job. Tony's like, Kevin, Billy just fired you.
Well, excellent. But
I told you he was never going to get his show back after 9.
Well, let's ride that little animal here, and we're gonna play a couple of tunes. One of which is going to be the aforementioned "Dance to the Music" by Sly and the Family Stone, and then we're going to do a Tony favorite. Tony, do you know what's coming up on that?
Well, actually, yeah. Both of these are some of my early main influences.
Yeah, that's how they got here.
Yes,
We want to hear a little bit of that.
Here. So,
Give me it.
From the early days, like 6 years old, I was a Sly Stone fan.
Oh,
yeah,
I would
that
pay
was
money to see little Tony doing that.
Oh man, I was grooving back then.
Yeah.
60.
And who turned you on to Sly at that age?
I think I probably just heard Sly on the radio when it hit me. It was like, yeah,
That's it.
And so till about till 1974, Burn came along, and that laid the groundwork for the career of where we are.
Nice.
Burn is the album by Deep Purple.
That has what's going on.
Which this song came from.
Excellent. All right, well, let's hit it with Sly and the Family Stone, the Dance to the Music, and then we'll go to What's Going On Here by Deep Purple, and then we'll come back and we're going to chat with Tony a little bit.
Some bottom so that the dancer just won't hide. You might like to hear my organ. I sit right solid right now. If I could hear the horns blow, Cynthia on the front
Life 98.3. Life's hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and
Now. All right. That was intense.
Are we back?
We are.
Oh,
that happens.
fantastic.
That happens when the music stops. Generally.
That was just some great bar room.
Oh, sure.
Panani.
Man, yes, pianis and groovy guitar.
Yeah.
Well, let's kick this whole thing off with Tony here saying, welcome you officially back in. And we played a couple of tunes. You had a couple of words. But now is when we shine the light right on you and start getting real intense.
Ah, my eyes.
Right? The humanity.
So you got turned on to Sly and the Family Stone and then discovered Deep Purple.
Yep.
Is that organically, or did someone else turn you on to it?
I think I probably heard some kids talking about it in school.
It's always about the peer pressure.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it wasn't even that. It was just I heard some guy talking about the bass line coming into Smoke on the Water, and so I was like, oh, cool. And so
Excellent.
Burn was the latest, and
So were you playing bass at this point?
no, I was.
And how old were you at this stage?
I was a youngster.
Okay. Could you be any less non-committal?
Well, yes.
Yes. I can leave.
Okay.
Well,
So
Started out playing guitar because heard Blackmore and it's like, that's the thing to do.
and what kind of guitar did you have?
Well, I started out with a good old acoustic, classical, actually Spanish classical guitar was where I was headed.
Really?
Doing the Segovia finger picking and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Which I guess helped out in the end playing the bass.
Sure.
Yeah.
And how long did you play guitar for?
A few years.
Okay. And were you playing in any bands or did you play with anybody?
Yeah, we just, once in a while here and there, but nothing really.
Was this through high school or post high school?
Early high school days. So
Okay.
yeah, junior year in high school was
Battle of the Bands contest in the gym.
that stuff. But I wasn't playing in any of those bands.
Okay.
I was actually doing your job, Road Bill. I was a roadie for.
There was a reason I loved you.
Yes,
Road Tony.
The Road
Tony.
Road Tone.
Well, just so everyone's
Road
aware,
tone.
and I don't know where this fits in Tales from the Road or not, but Road Bill was coined by Tony Root here. He is the one who gave me my moniker, if you will.
Nice.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Well, everybody can see there's a special relationship.
There's a
with
bond.
Connection.
Yeah.
It's a connection.
Connection you can see from
there's-
afar. I can see it right here, sitting right across the table.
So
Swing it.
So anyway, so I was doing all sorts of road bill stuff and roadieing and lights and sound and
Nice.
all that, and then
and who are you doing this for or with?
a band called Pacific.
Pacific. And
Yes.
who is in that band?
The Flynn brothers, Pete Flynn, Mike Flynn.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so they had that band, and I was helping them out, and then they kind of split up, and Pete and Mike said, "Hey, guitar player, bass player, or guitar player, drummer, and we need a bass player. So you want to play bass?" I said, "Sure, why not?" And
So they changed you into a bass player.
Yeah, they changed me
Nice.
into
It's wild. You know,
Yeah.
it's
which probably turned out for the better.
right. Because otherwise, we wouldn't be here today
Well-
because I'd be a guitar player and you'd be a guitar player someplace
What kind of
else.
band would that be? We'd have like 6 guitar players.
Yeah.
Well, that's why there's so many guitar players.
And
in
you
the
wouldn't
world.
be called Road Bill.
That's
Right.
right. That's true. I don't think I'd be called at all.
Probably not.
Oh.
Because who knows? Kevin might not even have a band now.
Right.
Nobody would have stuck with them this long.
No.
No. Yeah, you got 3 people that are just damn determined to stick around standing here because
Yes.
I don't think either of us have a reason to do this.
And we'll get to the start of Kevin and the Nightburners in a little bit.
Oh, that's gonna be after
with
the
my
8 o'clock
Tales from
hour,
the road.
right?
Yes,
Yeah, we're gonna get to
absolutely.
that.
So they said, "Why don't you play bass?"
Yeah.
So, and how did you figure out how to play bass?
I picked up a bass and started playing it.
I mean, is it a pretty
Boom,
simple
boom,
thing to go from guitar to bass?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you have 2 less strings.
Makes the math easier.
Yeah.
simpler. Excellent. And then how long was it before you went from picking up a bass to playing the first gig?
Probably a couple weeks.
Wow! So what were what
You got
kind
Tony Amadeus over
Oh
here.
my God! So what kind of stuff were you guys playing?
We were playing crazy, progressive, Yes-like. It was a combination of shades of Yes and Crimson and Purple and Judas Priest and Rush.
Good Lord!
All that kind of wild wild stuff. Mike Flynn was writing all this insane stuff, and
Were you playing covers of them, or was it?
no,
music?
we were playing originals and a bunch of covers,
Okay,
but a whole lot of originals.
they were all in that vein,
Yeah.
prog rock
Yeah,
vein.
yeah.
Wild.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and where was the first gig?
My first gig with Pacific was the North 112 meeting room at Evanston High School, and probably a few hundred of our peers.
Now, was this just something that kind of came together and?
No, there was I think there was a music club,
Okay.
and this was a production. So there were actually multiple bands.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so this wasn't just something that like everybody.
We just showed up with our instruments and blew out
the
the wall. No, it was sanctioned by the school, actually.
And so you were playing in Pacific during high school. How long did that band last?
I don't know. It morphed into other bands. Eventually, it lasted for a few years with us in it, and actually probably into the mid '80s.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And did as new wave was coming on the scene and stuff like that, what was going on with your musical direction?
we were still playing the same
stuff.
crazy progressive stuff that we always did, and
We'll have none of that.
yeah, playing the Thirsty Whale and
man.
The Night Gallery, and go to 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock in the morning.
The good old days. Now we play gigs from 5 to 8.
Yes, thank you.
Ideally.
I know. That was great.
Excellent. So, and what was, so you were playing the Thirsty Whale, you were playing, where else?
Yeah, the Night Gallery.
The Night Gallery.
Yeah, up in Park City, up this way, kind of over that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off of 41?
Yeah.
Wild.
And that
Excellent.
was the 1 o'clock in the morning we started. 4 o'clock.
brutal.
4 o'clock in
Brutal.
the morning we ended. Yes.
Oh.
It's nothing like packing up when it's the birds start chirping.
Oh well.
Right.
Did that many a time.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Even with the Nightburners.
Yes. No, there's one. Another quick tale from the road was we were playing this. It was at like a transient hotel out on Pistaki Lake or something like that. And we're packing up, and I look at my watch and I'm like, oh my God, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. And Tony goes, no, it's not. It's 4 o'clock. It's Daylight savings change. And I was like, oh no! You're pulling in the driveway and the birds are chirping,
Yeah,
and you just
yeah.
know you got gig rot for the rest of the day, maybe a couple days after.
Hey, speaking of gig rot, it's that weekend,
Yeah.
this weekend.
Yeah.
There's a green thing that was
See,
happening.
I am wearing my green.
I'm telling you.
I'm wearing my
somewhere.
purple too for the
Right.
night too, and also a little shout out to Javarius here.
Oh yeah, let's slow the steps down to that until they actually happen. We went a little intense on that last week. I think Jerry's like, hey, you might want to back up a little bit, and let's get some ink on a piece of paper first.
Well, I'm just showing my allegiance here and who
There
I'm
you go.
pulling for.
Right.
Rock on, baby.
No, that's cool.
I hear you, but I thought maybe since we kind of got ourselves a little ahead of our game, we could maybe play one of those Rory Gallagher tunes if you wanted to.
Oh,
and
hey.
kind of just do a little bit of we've done our due diligence and
Yeah,
and
a little
and
shout
filled in
out
a
to the
gap and-
Irish folks.
Exactly.
A nod to the Shamrock.
No, exactly. So let's give that a go, and then we'll come back.
Which one are you going to play?
I am going to play. Where is it here? Country Mile.
Oh, rock on.
Rock on.
Yes.
Let's give it a shot.
You heard it here.
Well, I was born on the side of a road, a gap in the head, so you hear what I said. I born in a house with no snakes, but I wouldn't switch, I didn't have a stitch. Always been out on a limb, I've been hard to mend like a kick in the shin. You always see me smile when I eat up a country mile. Running a green light, a mission to move, something to prove, an itch in my shoe. I had the wheel of a train from a burning stack and I jumped on the back. Yeah, the engineer threw the switch and it got to my brain, I've never been the same. You always see me smile when I eat up a country mile. Yeah! Gotta make tracks, gotta lose some rust. Grease my heels, I'll race the bus. Don't blink your eyes, you won't see me again. And I'm running it. I ran before I could walk. Price of the fare was hardly ever there. Saw an eight-wheeler move and I couldn't choose, I just had to cruise. You'll only see me smile when I eat up a country mile. But I was born on the side of the road, a gap in the hedge, did you hear what I said? Born in a house with no slates, but I wouldn't switch, I didn't have a stitch. I've always been out on a limb, I've been hard to mend like a kick in the shin. You'll only see me smile when I chew up a country mile. Woo! Gotta make tracks, gotta raise the dust. Grease my heels, I'll race the bus. Don't blink your eyes, you won't see me again.
Trying to say
Well, I realize that I've been hypnotized. I love your gypsy eyes. 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 Searching so long, my feet they make me lose a battle. Down against the road, my weary knees take me away. Up to the side I fall, but I hear a sweet call. My gypsy eyes is burning, and I can say, all I can say. That's why I love you. Say I love you.
Okay. Rock on. How about that?
Some good old Jimmy for us.
There, you can't have too much of that.
Nope.
So, as we wade into the unknown waters that is left in the next 8.5 minutes here.
No pressure.
Right. Nothing. So
8.5 minutes of,
Tony,
of freedom.
You came out of high school, and then
eventually, yeah.
Well,
The
you
whole-
weren't on the same plan as Kevin. Kevin was like on the 8-year high school plan.
I did better than that.
Yeah. Well, very good. Very good.
More or less?
Less.
Oh, okay, good. Just checking.
Yes. So yeah.
What?
You were about to say something.
No, I was just trying to set up for it. I want to hear more about Tony's history. I want to hear more about like what happened after that, and then where things go. Well, like I said, we did tease that we were going to do a little bit of the Nightburner stuff.
We
We hit the
tease
8
a little
o'clock
of that,
hour.
did a little
So I
of
want to
that.
fill in the gaps between when that started and when high school ended, and how some of that if there's any other more information or
Well, yeah,
intense.
Pacific went along, and then eventually morphed into a couple other bands, and I ended up going to Honduras, and
No way.
And then
Did you like playing out there or just hanging out?
No. I was actually.
Did you get in trouble?
No, I did not
And
get
they
in.
sent you there?
No.
What
I got in trouble while I was down there, but
That sounds right.
What brought you to Honduras?
a job actually.
Oh,
Doing what?
Basically a tour guide and field expert for a dive resort.
Really?
Yeah.
wait a second.
They bring a guy from Evanston to Honduras to be a tour guide.
Yeah.
And a dive. He said
And a
dive,
dive expert.
So, like,
Yeah.
are we talking scuba diving or
Yeah,
like diving?
yeah.
Okay.
Scuba diving.
Like
Scuba
rock
diving.
diving and stuff?
Scuba
No?
diving and field expert for what critters you're seeing out there on the reef and all that stuff.
Okay. Now, see, this is why we
This
do
is-
this show, because
Yes.
this is a tidbit of information that I did not know at all.
No,
We've uncovered a
he's
rock.
like an onion.
Yeah.
There's just so
Yeah, we
many
just peeled
layers.
and
just
peeled, right.
Peel back.
I showered today, so I'll put on a stanky.
No, but the more you know, the more it brings a tear to your eye. Just like
Yeah, snap.
So, how long were you in Honduras?
Not long enough. down there during the first Gulf War.
Oh.
And yeah. So actually, it was kind of nice because international travel was down. So there were a couple weeks where I was the only person at the place, and so I could just jump
You
off
just owned the whole joint, huh?
Yeah, jump off the dock, do some diving, go out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how does one become a dive expert, especially around these parts? I mean, you wouldn't think that, because Lake Michigan ain't much of a scuba spot, is it?
No.
Okay.
No,
So-
but I did a lot of scuba in Lake Michigan.
Yeah. I would just no. I do believe it's done. I just don't know that it's
done.
a prime location for that.
No, not really. Not
Right.
really. There are better places.
Yes.
Better places,
Yes. So how does one get into that?
biology degree, and then going down and meeting the owners.
Hold
of,
on a second.
then
Back
meet-
up a
and then,
step.
and then meeting the owners of the resort and saying, "Hey, you got any need for a marine biologist?" Kind of like asking for a radio show.
Well,
Yeah.
fair enough, but you breezed over a whole other thing that I didn't know nothing about. Tony,
no
our
attention
bass player,
to the man behind
is
the
a
curtain.
marine biologist.
Rumor has it that something like that, but
Dip me
But
in
that- but that's-
chocolate
but
and
that's-
call me sweet.
well, you're already sweet.
Ah, come on.
But so yeah, this is a whole nother show. We don't have time now. Let's look at closing.
we've got plenty
no.
of time.
We're going to hit the brakes and we're going to hang here for as long as we need to, my friend. I'm aghast, and not in a bad way. Is gas? If you're aghast, is it always bad?
No, you're a guest.
You're a guest
Yeah,
at a resort?
Okay.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah, like that. Like that.
Like I'm a guest here tonight.
Hey,
Exactly. Thank you.
I
Thank you
just
very much.
almost swore right there.
So, how long were you a tour guide in
Well,
Honduras
like I said,
for?
not long enough to
6 months? a
6
year?
months. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
And then came back and
And just was a marine biologist.
no,
bass
no,
player.
and then the marine biologist part kind of went away.
That's
and
not
just
no.
be-
That's not
just-
going
just-
away.
it
I'm
just
coming.
became-
I mean, we'll eventually let it slide because I think it sounds like it's making you uncomfortable in the radio show. But outside of that, I'm going to need some answers.
What's nice
Yes.
is we've got a whole nother hour.
Oh,
can
we
talk
do.
about that.
We do.
Maybe
Okay, that's
two.
enough of that.
Who knows?
Well,
So,
but
but
that's
I-
happened before.
I missed the jams. I
Yeah.
missed all the all the good times of playing with the buddies and all that. And
Well, you got to know where your calling's at.
yeah. So
Right. That is intense. I didn't think I could ever be surprised. I thought I knew everything about you, Tony.
it's a deep well over here.
Well.
What are you gonna do?
Not just another birdie face. So you came back from Honduras,
Yeah.
and then who did you hook up with?
Eventually, that was the Flynn brothers who I was with before I went to Honduras, and then after I got back from Honduras.
And were they the Flynn Brothers band?
Yes, it was the Flynn Brothers band, which had morphed from a band called Bluesian, which had morphed from a band called the Heaters, which was my first band gigs with Kevin. It was with the Heaters.
The Heaters.
Yes,
And Kevin
the-
was in a band called the Heaters.
Kevin, Mike Flynn, Joe Treckless.
You're stepping on the 8 o'clock hour.
Yeah, you're
stuff.
stepping on the 8 o'clock hour
Okay,
already.
I'm
What are you
just,
doing?
just
He's laying the groundwork.
laying the groundwork.
We got to use an old Pete Cruz line if we have to. You keep it up.
Oh, great. How about shut
How
up?
about shut up?
I think you should put that on a shirt.
I do. Yeah. Well, that's. I was gonna. That can't be next week's shirt because I'm doing the Blues Cafe next week's shirt, and then the week after that we'll do the How About Shut Up shirt.
Okay.
I got a whole plan of like. So right
Well,
now I'm
but
wearing
you-
my Rose Hill shirt.
I see
they
that.
can
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
You know, representing.
Yeah.
So,
But you should have the How About shirt for Pete Cruz.
but wow,
When-
I
when
should,
is it-
shouldn't I?
when-
He's on next week.
See?
That is a good point. But man. Okay.
Oh, man.
We'll
Did
do
you get
that.
it washed by then, Billy?
I can, how about shut up?
I know.
He said.
I know it's your
Right.
favorite
Yeah.
night shirt to
It is.
sleep in.
It is. I just curl up next to it and I kind of rub my face on it. Yeah, exactly. Please don't ever do that again. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, look, we're gonna speed things along a little bit and get in the second hour, and then we got all kinds of Nightburner stuff to talk about, some more music, and a little bit of whatnot. So let's.
I love the whatnot.
Yeah, whatnot is what it's all about. We're gonna go into our little bitty break here, if that's okay with you, William.
Yeah, in the meantime, if somebody wants to ask Tony a question,
Send us an email
send us an email.
at
TheBusStopBlues
at
gmail.com.
gmail.com. You're way better than Kevin at this. We've been. This is our 9th episode. He still doesn't have any of that down, and you've been here twice, and you got it.
He's holding back. He's
Yeah.
just playing coy.
He is coy, isn't he? He's a coy.
He's cramming his
KOI.
head with lyrics.
He doesn't have room for this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No, there's only so much. Well, everything new thing you give him, something at the end falls off.
Right.
You know, that's
You
just
can
the
see
way
it
that
come out.
works.
It's like one of those. What's that?
Meat grinders?
No. But you can hear the grinding.
The poor guy's not even here, and he takes more abuse. Okay.
This is going to hurt.
Let's take a little bitty break, and then we'll come back in just about 3 minutes from now.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye now.
WRLR 98.3 FM LP, Round Lake Beach, Illinois.
Hey, everybody, it's Ray the Roadie.
And this is Hollywood Mike
with the Rock and Roll Chicago podcast, coming to you from the Illinois Rock and Roll Museum on Route 66 in Joliet, Illinois.
Where once a week we are interviewing local musicians and singer-songwriters, and the podcast itself covers a wide range of topics, including, but not limited to, the history of rock and roll in Chicago, the current state of the scene, and the challenges and opportunities facing musicians today.
So join us every Tuesday for a new exciting episode of the Rock and Roll Chicago podcast.
Welcome back to the second hour of the Bus Stop Blues. Strap on in as we head back into the station and see what bumps we cross with Road Bill and Kevin Purcell.
It's so weird. It's like he's here with us.
Yeah.
But he's always here with us.
Remember those days? All right.
There we go.
So as we wind on down here, let me. I'm going to do a fun thing as we get into the beginnings of the Nightburners with Tony. We're going to set a little bit of mood music in the background here.
Oh,
Yeah.
How you doing,
Deep
baby?
tracks with Road Bill and Bill LeClair.
Gonna light me some candles.
Burn some incense.
Burn some incense. Get some petals.
All right.
And those petals out on the bedspread, baby.
Easy there, big fella.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Billy. Let's light the Nightburner candle here and get back on track here. Where's that script?
Where's that script?
Excellent.
Well, actually, we're gonna. I thought we were gonna. Yes, my first gig with Kevin.
Yeah, let's do your little Tales from the Road thing here because I think this is. We'll just start it off with that and then we'll come back. But I want to hear. I've been dying to hear this.
So, if I can help, not set it up, but you did you go to high school with Kevin?
No, because Kevin didn't go to the same high school.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
It's shocking that you didn't because he went to like 37 schools.
I know, but
so everybody really could have had a chance to,
No, I think we actually met on the Ultimate Pitch.
Was that a TV show?
No, it was a frisbee game.
The Ultimate Pitch.
The ultimate frisbee.
Oh, Ultimate Frisbee.
Yes, on the playing surface.
Okay.
Yes, out on the field after preliminaries in the Heinek's basement.
Oh.
Yes.
That's a whole nother.
Yeah,
That's a whole nother. Yes.
There's some euphemisms
two
mixed
hours
in there
of,
that maybe.
Did you guys swing the bong from one side of the basement?
I don't know what
to
you're
the
talking
other?
about.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
it's legal.
Well, it wasn't legal then.
That's all right.
Okay.
We're past the 720, however the law. what's it
statutes
called?
of limitations.
Thank you. Yes.
Easy for you to say.
Okay, so
from
Yes.
me and Kevin, eventually we got to playing together outside of sports and ultimate and volleyball and all that crazy stuff. Started playing music.
Huh. And was he putting a band together, or did he already have it together?
No, this was put together, called the Heaters.
Now, do we know, is this before or after the Soul Searchers?
I think this is before the Soul Searchers. I think the Soul Searchers were
Wedged in between.
like
Yeah.
early 90s, maybe late 80s, early 90s. So this
Okay.
was I think 87 was when I did the first infamous gig with Kevin Purcell.
Oh,
As the Heaters.
man.
As the Heaters, yes.
And who's in this band?
Mike Flynn,
Yeah.
Joe Treckless,
Okay.
rest his soul, and Kevin and I. 4-piece.
4-piece band.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Kevin played a little keyboards now and again. blew his harp like crazy.
Yeah.
And anyway, so our first gig was a 4th of July festival out in Barrington Square under a big beer tent. And
Was that same Lake Barrington one that we would use? No, the different. Okay, never mind.
No, this is regular old Barrington.
Regular old Barrington.
Kind of right across from where Poplar Creek used to be back in the day.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, so we're in a big beer tent. We do our first set and take a break so everybody can go out and watch the fireworks. So a buddy of mine and I, Al Deemy, we head off to the edge of the parking lot and start watching fireworks from Barrington. Poplar Creek had theirs going off. You could see Schaumburg's fireworks. And also Mother Nature.
Oh.
Had quite the show going on.
That's like lightning and stuff going on
Lightning,
in the back?
cool. Coming at us from the west. We were sitting there watching it, and
There's some song lyrics in there somewhere.
Yeah, storm was brewing in.
Yeah.
And anyway, so fireworks finish. We go back in. We start our second set. Next thing you know, second song in, the heavens open, the winds blow.
Uh-oh.
The tornado blows through. Yeah, don't you have any? Where's your sound effects button? That very good, very good.
Jesus.
Yeah, so they shut down the carnival, the festival. There was about 6 inches of rain, rivers running through the parking lot in the tent. No, it was much harder than that. It was much harder than that.
Stop.
You got to do that a whole lot faster. Here.
Stop it.
And yeah.
Hey, Kevin, remind me not to do this again.
tent poles lifting up a foot off the ground.
Whoa.
Literally. And
that's intense.
People running around trying to get all the power cords, everything up out of the water.
Wow.
And eventually when we tried to get back home to our rehearsal space, which was in Evanston at Kevin's, they wouldn't let us in the neighborhood because too many trees were down and gas mains were ripped and power lines were down. And so that was the first.
And what year was this?
I think in 1987.
87. Okay.
So the first experience of the Purnell magic.
I was a junior in high school. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I just like to point in 87. Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Right. I was but a wee little lad.
Yes. So yeah, that was just a sign of things to come.
The intensity that be in circles.
Yes.
Mr. Purcell.
Yes.
And how long did the heaters last?
A couple of gigs, and then we changed our name to something else. And then Pete Flynn joined the band, and we got a sax player, Paul Maslin. And eventually we became Bluesian. And we did a number of gigs as Bluesian. And then we started playing, but people started introducing us as, we tell them, the name of the band is this, and they'd introduce us as the Flynn Brothers, and so finally that stuck. And I think pretty soon after that, Kevin left and started the Soul Searchers.
Oh, okay.
I think. I'm not sure.
A Flynn Brothers guy?
He was, for a while.
Yeah,
but yeah. So
what was his motivation then for bailing?
Probably just wanted to start his own band, do his own thing. I mean,
he's not here to defend himself.
No, I know.
Can totally.
No, I know, but he was probably a different direction than the Flynn Brothers were going.
Excellent.
So yeah.
So I think he did the Soul Searchers, and then I don't know how long that went on, and that was right before the Nightburners.
Sure. Because he was searching for his soul.
Right.
Yeah.
And I had
literally,
and that was 87. I met him in 88.
Right.
And then it was within a year he had the Nightburners rolling, because that's when what was the first album? Thunderballing?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was.
Well, I'm going over episode 4 in my other ear while we're talking to make sure I have all the information correct. I'm not doing any such thing.
Yeah. So then, the Flynn Brothers, and where did you? At what point did Mother Root and Martial Law come along?
That was post Flynn Brothers, and actually that was after the first stint with the Nightburners.
your first stint with the
Wait, you had more than one stint?
Well, the Nightburners were together, and then the Nightburners weren't together for a little while. And the time the Nightburners weren't together, I was doing Mother Root.
Okay.
Or Martial Law, which then turned into Mother Root.
See?
And who was in that?
That was Mike Flynn, Pete Flynn.
You can't get away
It's
from
all the
these
same
guys.
people.
Pat Fleming and Steve Taylor on vocals.
Boy.
Yeah, monster lineup. Absolutely monster
heavy,
lineup.
That's some heavy cats there.
Yeah.
And you're playing gigs that you're not playing monkey business.
No. We got a whole bunch of really good gigs opening for a bunch of really cool people. And
Nobody that we'd know though.
Nah, no.
Like who did you open up for?
Deep Purple.
Oh, yeah. That's nobody.
Gov't Mule.
Oh, yeah. Really?
Steve Morse Band.
Just brush over all that. That's fine.
10 years after Kansas, Blue Oyster Cult. Yeah.
Right. And he's a marine biologist.
Right.
Yeah,
What's he
just-
doing in these dirty, nasty halls?
Just a plain old biologist. Just a plain old biologist.
Oh, okay, fine, yeah. That's way better.
Because biology is my specialty.
Well, I'm learning that. I have so many
Unfortunately,
questions.
he's going to be rubbing your faces.
Hey, how about we play some music?
All
'Cause
right.
we haven't done that in a little bit.
Okay.
We're pushing some time here.
Yeah,
so
play a little
and
music
we
and-
got some tunes here that Tony selected because I see a Deep Purple on the list here, so that's got to be a you song.
Yeah. So this is actually my favorite Deep Purple song.
Oh, cool.
Which will be followed by my favorite Dixie Dregs song.
And which song is that?
Which one?
The Dixie Dregs. The one you just said.
Well,
I don't know.
I thought you were going to announce them as your.
Come on, Mr.
So
DJ.
I'm gonna explain to you like I did with Kevin on the first show. Usually, sometimes I set those questions up so I can turn my head and go over here and do something. And then every time I do that, Kevin goes, "Hold on a second, what are you talking about? I need a little bit. Could you just be a little bit more descriptive of what you're trying to do?" And I'm like,
Stop
Kevin,
hating on Kevin.
Well, no, I don't have to. I don't have to do anything
Stop
you say.
drinking the haterade.
Well,
Come on.
I was really. It was
He's
more.
not here to defend him.
It was more Tony
Very
hate
sorry, Kevin.
than it was Kevin.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. Okay, now
Very
kiss
sorry.
up.
Yeah.
I see what you're
So
doing.
anyway,
here.
let's
Yes.
get rolling here with Deep Purple from 1971. No One Came from the album Fireball, and then the Dixie Dregs. Twigs Approved, and there's an Allman Brothers connection to this tune.
Please tell that for a second.
Twig sliding.
Yes. Who the album Dregs of the Earth is in memoriam to, because Twigs is a parachuting accident, right?
I wasn't sure how he passed.
I think that was it.
Really?
Yeah, but anyway, Twigs worked for the Dregs as well as the Allman Brothers.
Nice.
So these are
A couple of them.
He was like
So
a
it's-
road bill.
Oh,
But,
it's like a
but he
theme.
never had a radio show.
Well, there you go. Some
I don't
people
know.
could-
I
some
don't know.
people
Did he?
aspire-
He might
Oh,
have.
hold on a second.
Well,
Come
like,
on,
not
give me
that I
the
know.
give me
We
the
can't
minute.
figure
No,
it
he
out.
never had. He never had a
Okay,
radio
there you
show.
go. Thank you. Let's start off with Deep Purple, everybody.
No One Came.
Maybe it's because I'm only starting. I think it won't take too long. Maybe it's because I can see you laughing. I think you've got it wrong. Maybe I could be like Robin Hood, like an outlaw dressed all in green. Someone said, what's he gonna turn out like? Someone else said, never mind. Well, I was big and bold and more than twice as old as all the cats I'd ever seen. I grew my hair and bought a suit of shiny white. It wasn't cream. I shook and shivered and danced and quivered and stood on the mountaintop. No one came from miles around and said, man, your music is really hot. Well, I knew what they meant because I was a freak. Oh, my throat was tired and warm. My pretty face just looked out of place as they poured on the scorn. I wrote on yellow paper from a man who was king. He said my boy will have some crazy scenes. There weren't any scenes at all like he was talking about. Yeah, he must have been the king of queens. Well, I could write a million songs it's well, it's a law for the rich and one for the poor, and there's another one for singers. It's die young and live much longer, and spend your money and sit and wonder. No one came from miles around and said, man, your music is really funky. Say things as they really are. But if I told the truth and nothing but the truth, could I ever be a star? Nobody knows who's real and who's faking. Everyone's shouting out loud. It's only the glitter and shine that gets through. Where's my Robin Hood outfit? Well, I've come and I've gone before you wink an eye. No one even cared enough to say goodbye. The money's good and the times you have fun and games galore, but you spend your money and you lie in bed forgotten and wonder what you did it for. No one came from miles around and said, man, who's he? Yeah.
Well, how about all that?
Yeah, how about all that?
That is some heavy stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love freaking Jit.
Yeah, those are two of my favorites.
So how does I mean, I don't really need the answer, but let's give it to everyone else. How does that particular Deep Purple tune be the one that just becomes your favorite? What is it about it?
I don't know. It's just the groove.
It just is.
It just is. The groove, the lyrics, the whole thing. It just is. It just is, man.
That Dixie Dregs tune, I don't need to be told that. I could watch you jam into that over there by yourself. Be like, okay, no more questions. The defense rests.
And who is the bass player in that?
The bass player on that is Andy West.
Andy West.
Yes.
Good stuff, man.
Yes.
Some players are just too good.
I know. It's those are the kind you just take your stuff and want to throw it out the window.
Yeah, just burn it.
Yeah.
Just burn it.
Or lock yourself in a room for 20 years.
And pay your dues to...
And
right.
Hope you can come out one day being as good. Yeah.
A little sweaty.
Yeah.
Right. And Twigs Lydon, by the way, did die in a parachute accident.
Oh, research had been done during the break.
Well, you know,
what's a professional
we
operation?
We don't just answer
here?
questions here; we answer them as well.
Well, golly.
So,
sir,
we're on Tony's journey.
We are. Well, he's met a Kevin Purcell.
He's mad at him?
He's met.
Oh, he's met.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You've been in a band too long. He said, what now? Yeah.
So you've come back, you had left, you were playing with martial law, doing all these killer show opening, stuff like that. What period of time, how long did that all take place?
A couple of years before, the martial law went along for a nice stretch. We had a good run of opening for lots of cool people and having a lot of fun. And
now, were you guys?
Did you meet any of those bands while you were while opening and closing for them, or
yeah,
cool? So you got to hang with some of those cats.
Yeah.
Nice.
Got to meet some of my
your heroes.
My heroes. Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Guys in Purple got to meet Steve Morris and Dave LaRue, who's another guy we'll get to in a minute here. Of monster bass players.
Yeah.
And what was your experience when you met these guys? Did you feel that you could talk to them, or did you have the feeling? I'm sure you've seen Chris Farley meeting Paul McCartney.
So remember that time when you did that thing?
No.
Wasn't that awesome?
It was all pretty cool and laid back, and after bowing down to Dave LaRue, easy conversation.
Cool.
Real down to earth guys, and yeah.
Excellent. And did you guys play any? Did you strictly do openers, or were you also doing shows?
Most of it was just the openers.
Okay. And then you came back to the Nightburners.
Yeah.
And that was 93.
Why?
No, the 93 was when I first joined the Nightburners. And then the Nightburners were around for a little while, and then kind of went off.
When they scattered?
And yes, and that's when I did the martial law Mother Root, and then came back to the Nightburners.
What year did you come back to the Nightburners?
It was probably not. I don't think the Nightburners were out of commission for too long. So
95.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
90. Yeah, no, probably. Because I think they must have. Nightburners kind of fizzled for a little bit there.
So when this fizzled,
95, 96.
Was that fizzle after they won the Benson and Hedges thing, or was that before that?
No, that was after that. Because I joined them right after that.
Oh, okay. You know about the Benson and Hedges
and
contest,
that's another tale for the road. I don't know if that tale for the road is too dark.
Well, Kevin stole some pretty dark tales from the road, so we'll have to see.
My first experience with the actual Nightburners, was I was filling in for Maurice Houston, rest his soul, for a set out of a place called the Whitewater Inn, I think. And
in Whitewater, Wisconsin, potentially?
No, in Palatine.
Oh.
And actually, so my first gig with Kevin in the Nightburners was probably about 2 weeks after and right across the street from the Brown's Chicken in Palatine.
Oh.
Yes.
Talk about dark.
Police tape still there. So yeah. So
it's a Chase Bank now.
So my first experience with Kevin was a tornado, and my second experience was a mass murder. So,
well, it was after that, so it wasn't like it didn't happen the same night or nothing.
No.
You can't make this stuff up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, the universe is trying to send you signs, and you're just going, "I can't hear you. I can't hear you."
What else you got?
Yeah, hold my beer.
Bring it on.
Do we have to do a station identification at 8:30?
Let's see. Yeah, let's hold on one second. Let me see what will like this.
The Life 98.3. Life's hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s,
like
and now.
No, we don't have to do that.
Okay.
All right. Good. Yeah, we're cool.
Excellent.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
So we're going to play some more music?
Yeah, let's do that. That wouldn't be a bad idea. So we've got on our list. Oh, we got a stretch.
Yeah, we got a stretch here.
We got a stretch
because I can get up and stretch my legs then.
Yeah, this is the time where everybody that's sitting in chairs takes a bathroom break, ladies and gentlemen.
No, or just stretches the legs.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's scratch all that. Pretend you never heard it.
Yeah.
Let's set these up though.
All right, let's set these up.
Good idea.
Why did you pick these?
So these are again, surprise, surprise, a trio of Deep Purple songs.
Oh. Man, it's like you have a theme.
Yeah, well, you know.
Bill Pantley.
Yeah. So that's a purple shirt, Bill.
Deep purple shirt.
Yes.
It's a deep
it just
purple
happens
shirt.
to have a Viking on it. You know, nothing wrong with being a Viking. You got to represent by Nordic heritage.
Bill Pantley's also asking if you wanted to do a little bit about the dream catchers that started to appear on your bass guitars at some point, too.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've had a legit, topical question into our show during our show.
So
we should probably
I guess
honor that.
a quick answer to that is they're not dream catchers.
Okay.
They're bad note catchers.
Oh, snap.
See, so I need as many of those as I can get.
You don't have that.
No, I don't think you have any.
That's because I have all the bad note catchers. See.
Well, they work really well.
Asked and answered, Mr. Bill Pantley. Asked and answered.
Where can I get some of those?
So anyway,
so
moving on,
we're gonna play some tunes.
Yeah, we're gonna play some Deep Purple songs,
Yes.
and this next one, "Lay Down, Stay Down," is from again the first Deep Purple album that got me on the road.
Called Burn.
Yep, called Burn.
Yep.
The second one is also from Fireball, which no one was from earlier, but this one is a very different kind of Purple song. Kind of a little country blues.
Really?
Called Anyone's Daughter. The lyrics
I'm
are
excited.
fantastic for all you vocalists out there. And then the third one is one off the most recent Deep Purple album, which just came out last year, showing that they've still got it.
Okay. Well, let's give that a go.
Nice job.
Why, thank you.
Exactly. So the first one that we're doing is Lay Down, Stay Down, correct?
Correct.
All right, so we'll get that cranked up here, and hopefully everyone enjoys it.
I don't care if my lady's gone, as long as you give me just what I want. I've been losing my direction, gotta find a new connection. stood under your bedroom window throwing up a brick. No one came, I threw one more, that really did the trick. Your daddy came and banged my head. He said, what kind of man is this that's hanging round my girl? Threw me in the can. You're a farmer's daughter, you're a farmer's daughter. Why do I always get the kind of girl I didn't ought to get? I won't get no more eggs and water. Now I've laid the farmer's daughter. Imagine I was a full-grown man and I could talk just right. Could I come and see you here and do this every night? Wham! The door comes crashing down, your daddy's face all pale. Says, come with me, you hairy bum, I'll put you in my jail. You're a judge's daughter, you're a judge's daughter. Why do I always get the kind of girl I didn't ought to get? Now I'm getting jail and torture, 'cause I made the judge's daughter. Yes, I did. It was nice. Screaming law and order when I go with anyone's daughter. Woman, I should like some peace, and daddy, hold your tongue. I think you're gonna die of fright when I tell you what I've done. I can hear your tales and lies. You see I'm dumb and scraggy, but man, this dumb and scraggy is your daughter's baby's daddy. She's a lucky daughter, such a lucky daughter. Why did I always get the kind of girl I didn't want to get? Now I've got what I've always fought for, 'cause I've married a rich man's daughter. What do you think of that? Around, trying
I see. It's feeling good, man. It has that golden ring. That'll do nicely. It's something I can sing. I can get it down with this old fangled
All right.
Dig that.
Dig that indeed.
So from the first one of those three that we just listened to,
Yes.
What's Going On? Oh, no. Lay Down, Stay Down? Yeah. And then the last one, 50 years apart.
Wow.
Same band, 50 years apart.
Unbelievable. All right.
That's
Anywho, on Sunday, June 7th, Chris Duarte will be playing over at the Des Plaines Theater. We've played the Des Plaines Theater, but I'll tell you, you and I went and saw this man play last night.
Yes, we did.
Holy crud. I'm surprised he doesn't go through guitars faster.
He plays with a real
intense
fury.
Yeah. I saw him probably in the mid-'90s, like
Really?
the Park West. Yeah.
Well, we were there last night with John and Nikki Ellis, and actually, John said to him, "What did that guitar ever do to you?"
He's a tortured soul.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he's got there's a lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan, the similarities there, and just the hands that guy has.
They're monsters.
It is.
And then he does this, like, I can't even. Some of it's up on. If you go to our Facebook, you'll see a little clip of it. It was intense. It was surreal. Now, he wasn't playing with his regular band. He was just him kind of playing with kind of a little bit of a throw together thing. So, I mean, take that into consideration. But he was smoking.
He's something to see, man.
The rest of the stuff here is, like I already mentioned, next week on this show, we have Pete Cruz.
Yeah!
The man, the myth, the legend. And then we're going to follow that with...
Hello, Peter.
Yeah. With a history of the blues, a chapter in the history of the blues that Kevin has put together. This goes back to the Hey Nani show. We're kind of taking little pages out of that and doing some intense stuff with there. And then what's interesting after that, on April 6th, we're having Paul and Tammy from MSO are coming in.
Great people.
Great people. Yeah, I was up there Friday as well and talked to them and kind of prepping them and told them, we're gonna sit down and we'll do a little pre-show meeting. He's like, pre-show what now? Yeah, where we talk about the music we're going to play and talk about what we're going to talk about when you come on the show. He says, talk about what now? Yeah, it's a radio show. Oh, yeah, okay. I don't know how Kevin prepared him when he agreed to do this.
He probably just told him that he was coming for dinner.
There you go. And then following that, we're going to have the fabulous Heather Moran.
Nice.
Yeah, she's going to be here on April 13th.
Excellent.
And then we'll do another chapter in the history of the blues on the 20th. And then we're having Dean and Jay are coming in here from the aforementioned Rose Hill Revival. Yeah, which most of the members are also here as well. We can almost do a whole show with that at this point.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Awesome players.
Exactly. So we've got a couple of tunes we still want to get in.
Yes.
So let's set those up, play those, and then we'll walk ourselves out towards the end here. So what do we got on the list there?
Well,
Mr. T.
we've been discussing, I guess, my influences for the evening, and these next two are incredible bass players, but also I just want to take a moment and my influences. I think about that, and it's like I've been blessed to play with a ton of wonderful players over the years, just all great cats who have, spurred me on to the way that I go and have to practice to keep up with all of these guys.
Right on.
Well,
So,
I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything, but I'm gonna tell you, I've been out and about myself, and I've done sound for a couple of other bands other than Kevin and that, and when I talk about you, you get nothing but mad respect in the industry. Like, I mean, not a lot of times I don't know how much you get told that other people think you are like it.
Well, I appreciate that, and it's hard. I don't get out to see other bass players all that often because we're always playing.
Right. Makes
so
sense.
It's one of those things. But speaking of bass players, these next two songs,
yes.
Other than the Deep Purple guys and of course Larry Graham, who got me going here early with Sly, John Wetton from King Crimson was just an amazing bass player, amazing vocalist as well.
Well.
And then following up that, we're going to go into Dave LaRue with the Steve Morse Band doing a tune called "Runaway Train," which is a crazy bluegrass-ish thing, and like a runaway train. And Dave LaRue just does so many things on this. It's amazing. He does slapping, he does a regular finger bass and slapping, and two-handed technique stuff and chords and. He does it all, and it's crazy. And all the while, Steve Morse is blowing his brains out, and the rest of ours, too. So,
well, let's give a listen to it. Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourself in. Here we go.
If I only could deceive you, forgetting the game. Every time I try to leave you, you laugh just the same. 'Cause my wheels never touch the road, and the jumble of lies retold just returns to my back to weigh me down. We lay cards upon the table, the backs of our hands, and I swear I like your people, the boys in the band. Reminiscence is gone astray, coming back to enjoy the fray in a tangle of night and daylight sound. In the morning, asleep on your side, I'll be waking up the grooving, but none of but right. She responds like a limousine, brought alive on a silent screen to the shuddering breath of yesterday. There's a sucker of the needy, incredible scenes. I'll believe you in the future, your life and death dreams, as the cavalry of despair takes a stand in the lady's hair
WRLR 98.3 FM LP, Round Lake Beach, Illinois.
It only means one
it
thing,
only means
boys
one
and
thing.
girls.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
We couldn't make it in 2 hours.
Really close, really close. We're not going to burden you a ton with a long, drawn-out thing, but there's just no way we couldn't end the show and not come back and say good day to everybody.
Good day, sir.
That's what I said.
Yes, thank you very much. Good night.
Come on, Tony. I think we owe it to you to wish you well and thank you for taking the time to grace us with your presence.
Well, thank you for having me.
And Billy, I
and
appreciate
thank you for listening.
Oh, look, we're good. This isn't over because I got some questions, Mr. Biologist. Freaking biologist! Wow, my bass player is a biologist.
You think you know somebody?
Yeah, something. And Billy LeClair,
yes.
Look. You and I had a pretty weekend here. I mean, it was full. We did some stuff, and we did some bar hopping. We hung out with Mr. Bill Pantley.
Yes, we did.
We did, and Todd Lazar was over there. We had good times with him, and
great time.
And I appreciate you humoring me and enjoying spending some time with you.
It was great fun.
And sitting in for Kevin. I know it's kind of wasn't quite last minute because we had some time to prepare for it, but I do appreciate it. You've always been a great supporter of this show and everything that we're doing. I think of all the people in this planet, I get more calls from you going, how the downloads coming? What's going on here? And we have an unscheduled Monday morning meeting every week to talk about how things are going, and it means a lot to me. You really don't have any idea, but now you do because I told you, because that's what you should do with life.
Thank you. No, I love you. Glad to be a part of it, and glad that we could go out and catch some live music last night.
Amen.
That was a treat. Seeing Dave Axon as well.
Yeah.
On drums was great.
Yeah.
Ivy Ford's drummer.
Yeah, Ivy Ford, we're working on getting her on the show as well. I have yet to speak to her, but I'm working up to that because she's intense too.
She
right?
should be in here.
Yeah, amen. And Tony, look, and this is nothing against you, Willie. I love you to death. You know that. But
but there's always a but.
What's with the softening statement?
Well, because when I was first brought into the Nightburners, you did not exist.
Oh, right.
Right.
Yes.
You were on your hiatus. You were one of those stories. But Tony was. And
forever.
Right, for the whole 20 year we've been hanging each other. And initially, if you remember, you were the guy who was responsible for paying me. And I don't know how that all worked out. Knowing what I know now, it's a little like, I don't know what was the math and all that. But at the time, I was like, yes, sir, Mr. Tony, yes, sir. And then and honestly, you were the first person to tell me to start plugging this in here and plug that in there, and literally lit the candle on the whole like sound guy thing and set my career ablaze.
Well, so, I'm glad I could push you along.
I'm just saying, without you, it's the little things in life that you don't really take account of sometimes. But when you do this, you start thinking back. We tell all these stories on how we came into the band and who did this and who did that, and it means a lot because I spent many years really I don't know what the right word is, but like. I would go home and I'd be like, "These guys are so talented, and I'm not. And so it's all I could do to make sure that I stayed on my tippy toes and got things done. And I think I rose to a higher level just by hanging around you guys, and it not just in the band, but in life itself. So I know it sounds a little cheesy, and we're in the third hour, so that's when the cheese starts coming out.
Sure.
So
no, but there is something. And it all kind of starts with Kevin.
Yeah,
he set a standard, and it's difficult when you come into this band as a player that it's stressful. And there's a lot of guys.
There's always big shoes to fill. You had to fill Carter Luke's shoes. I had to fill Maurice Houston's shoes.
Yeah.
Well, and I still remember the story you told me, and this just rings in my brain when we were talking about your soloing. And the story that you told me is like, yeah, you get out there and Kevin points at you to go for your solo, and then you pour all your heart and soul into this solo, and you do everything, and every chop you have, you put in here, and you lay it all on the line. And then as soon as you get to the end, Kevin turns and looks at you and goes, "Give me more."
Come on, give me more.
One more.
One more time around. What?
I just gave you everything I had, sir.
I'm dry.
That's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Now you're just getting warmed up, kid.
See? And so it all comes back to really patting Kevin on the back, because it's just, as crazy and as whatever, and every complaint you can have under the sun, and there are a few, but the truth of the matter is he puts together players and he rises them to a level that sometimes I don't think they even know they're qualified to do. So I love the man. I love you. I love you. And even Pete Cruz.
Right we all love.
Right. And Don Lafferty and all everybody. Like the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on.
I mean, all the great players, all the great players that have come through.
Amen.
That we've all had the pleasure of sharing a stage with.
Say that again. No, seriously, say it again.
All the great players. I thought it was just like you're play it again. You always say that, and we never do.
Well, that's true. But I do keep. I actually said that last night to Mr. Chris Duarte. So
did he?
No, they never do. One of these times, somebody's gonna. And then
I tried to one time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, so here's the big trick. It looks like we've got about 6 minutes when we got an opening to end this thing. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Billy, and give you 2 or 3 minutes of doing what I just did, and let's see what you can come up with.
Well, there was something Tony brought up on a break, talking about when I had joined the band the first time, and the kids were little. Billy was like 4 or 5 years old, and he had come with me to I played up at Milwaukee Summerfest, and Billy had his cowboy boots and his Woody from Buzz Lightyear, or what's it?
Toy Story.
Toy Story, thank you. He had his cow vest, and his cowboy boots and his cowboy hat, and he was dancing next to me up on the stage, and somebody threw some beads up to the stage, and he looked at the beads and then threw them back. And I said, no, that was for you. But he was dancing, and he looks out, and all of a sudden he realized that there's 4,000 people out there, and he just froze. It's like, keep dancing. But then when I came into the Nightburners, Billy came out to Lindenfest with me. And the poor guy, it had been
He must have had a
day.
rough day, late night, partying the night before, and
Right.
just couldn't take it.
No, because all of a sudden you look over and there's Billy sound asleep on the stage. The band is cranking.
Underneath your keyboards, I recall, yeah.
Right. But,
That's amazing.
And now today he's in Tennessee and coaching lacrosse. They won Centenary Men's Lacrosse, won 2 in a row.
Nice.
Excellent.
Way to go, boys.
Yes.
Shout out. Thank you, Billy.
There you go.
There we go. And shout out to Larry and Linda for listening.
We do appreciate them.
And
well, they did just message. I think when they hear Freebird playing, they go, "That's enough." Well,
I was almost at that point too.
That's
Look,
Tony's
man.
favorite song.
I'm just saying, it's one of those things where every band hates it, so I figure we should embrace it for the third hour, because nobody really wants the third hour. It just so happens that we've spilt over into it. It's like cinching your belt, that little
The old Dunlap's disease.
The Dunlap disease, exactly. Nobody likes it, but it just happens, and so we deal with it. And that's the best way to do that, is just embrace your fear of that song, and take it.
No.
Stop that! Tony?
Si, senor?
We have 3.5 minutes. What do you got?
I've given you all my got.
Oh,
come on, man.
Yeah. Tell us some biology jokes.
What's your favorite? You've got a few basses.
I do have a couple bases, yes.
And a couple of amps.
Yes.
Which is quite a few. What's your favorite? What is your favorite rig? Is there such a thing?
This is for you, Jim Murray.
Yeah, it's. I have to say, generally, I'm a jazz bass guy.
And what
the
makes it...
the Fender Jazz, but it's just the feel and the sound. I know, other guys are precision guys because there's a different sound, a fuller sound. Jaco was a jazz bass player.
Jaco Pastorius.
Jaco Pastorius, yep. So I just, I like the feel and the sound of a jazz bass. But it depends on the night, too. Sometimes I'm in the mood to hear this, and with some bands, things go better with certain bands that we're playing. And, when we do the Root Doctors, I played the Zeta Electric upright.
That's an amazing, just visually, that thing's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds great, too, I think. I don't know.
Have you broken up the Chapman stick much?
Not recently. I actually,
been a minute.
Yeah, a guy called me not too long ago, wanting to know if I wanted to do a King Crimson show that he was putting together.
Really?
Yeah.
You gonna do it?
No, because it was just
No.
it was just last Thursday.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, there you go.
I don't know how it went, but
and what is it about the Chapman stick that makes it so unique? Because the only reason I know about it is when you fell off a ladder and broke your wrist, but you refused to miss a gig, so you were playing the Chapman stick in order to everything moving.
Yeah. Well, it's a two-handed tapping instrument, and I only had one hand at the time. The other arm was in a cast, and I couldn't reach the strings on a regular bass. So I was like, okay, well, I can play everything one-handed here and just do it. But if you really get into a Chapman stick, it's more like playing a keyboard, actually.
Okay.
Because it's
See, Billy, now you have enough future in another instrument.
Yeah. So instead of fingers on keys, it's you're tapping strings.
Okay.
On frets or on the fingerboard and so you can when you get good at it, you can play multiple parts.
Well, kind of doing
because it's
like a Stanley Jordan type of
kind
almost.
of yeah, except even more because it's depending on the model 10 or 12 strings.
Good Lord.
Yeah, and wired in stereo, so half and half bass, half melody, half. The bass half is strung backwards, inside out from a normal bass. So that's another bit of mind work there. That
already.
Yeah. So.
And that's a wrap.
Are we at
it?
it?
We're at it.
And that's it.
Thank you very much,
Tony. It's
Thank
been
you.
a pleasure. Thanks for coming out.
Love
for
everything
having me.
that you guys have done.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Nice job, Billy. Good night, everybody.
have a good night.
Good night. Thank you.
The Bus Stop Blues with Kevin Purcell and Road Bill was recorded in studio at 98.3 The Life FM in Round Lake Beach, Illinois. Produced by Road Bill and provided in part by both Kevin Purcell and Road Bill. If you would like information on sponsoring this show, please contact us at thebusstopblues@gmail.com. And thanks again for listening.